Hello, vlog people. This is the dressing room for Birdland, and I'm sitting here with my dear friend Matt Berman.
Hola.
Have you been on a vlog before?
No, I have not.
We were just going over the show, and here's the problem: is that there's this show, and then there's another version of another song that I'm doing. And you know, when I came down here today from the Upper West Side, and I was schlepping the suitcase and the bag that has the apple juice and the potato chips. You know, in my rider, normally there's potato chips, there's the chicken.
Turkey.
But the turkey, or the pressed turkey. And people try to make me healthier than I'm supposed to be, so they get like organic turkey sliced off. No. Pressed with the bad salt, like where the whole turkey has been put into a machine. And also with the chips, some people try to make me healthier and they'll get me baked. Baked, no. Grease and salt. Anyway, I was schlepping down with a suitcase. It takes so much luggage to be able to do one show. It does.
For you, yes.
What do you mean?
No,
What are you saying?
No, but you do have your particulars.
I have my clothes. I have just a touch of powder, just the smallest touch of powder. Hair products, lists,
echinacea little thingies.
Yeah, and I can't find that. And I didn't know where to get it here.
Thing?
Couldn't know where to get it here, and I need it so badly.
Oh, jeez.
Now Matt and I have known each other forever, and we've worked together on 1,000 shows in 1,000 places, and then I did the ultimate good deed of telling Liza, you've got to use Matt Berman. You've got to use Matt Berman. She already knew Matt. She loved him. She was like, of course. So now Liza uses Matt, and she's been on the road a lot, especially last year when I was doing television, so I wasn't out on the road.
Indeed.
I'm so happy that he's available. Actually, he wasn't available, and he's canceling something over me.
But I'm happy to cancel it. And it really is. It's very strange. The timing was very good because it would have been very odd to have to say no to a concert of yours because I was doing something with Liza. You know,
right.
Because that would have just been because I felt like I was farmed out to her from your camp.
I do feel that I have priority.
You do have priority, absolutely.
Now, if you're already booked with her, I can't really come in.
No.
But if I say, what are you doing next September, and then that date comes up, I feel that you have to work with me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we have done that a couple times.
We have. And you're the best.
Well, I was going to fly back from Copenhagen from Stockholm for one day to do an ASCAP thing and then fly back to Copenhagen.
You were?
Yeah. So no, I mean I always do that. If I'm committed to something, it's like
right.
I went over to Latvia with them. That was fun.
Latvia.
Yes, with Stephen Schwartz and Debbie Gravitz, Scott Coulter, and
yeah. But Latvia, is that a big ASCAP place?
No, well,
music coming from Latvia?
It was sort of a teaching Latvians what American musical theater is because they don't have it. They have a lot of Russian operas and a lot of Chekhov.
Right.
And they like a musical theater, but they don't know anything about it. So it was sort of Stephen gave some master classes.
Really?
Yeah, it was wonderful, and we did 2 concerts.
Did you hear Latvian people who were in the process of writing the next Latvian big musical?
No, they were, we did have a lot of people who came up and sang. We asked them to learn, the people from their national theaters, everybody's in a rep company there.
Oh.
It's actually quite fascinating. You study and you get accepted to a company. You study with them and then are employed. And there's 3. There's the National Theater. There's the theater that we were at, whose name escapes me now because it's Latvian. And the opera company.
Fascinating.
And you stay with those companies. You can
for
switch.
Your whole life.
If you wish.
I don't know where Latvia is.
It's below Estonia, or below Lithuania. So if you go Stockholm, and then over to Finland.
I'm actually following this with the air map.
Okay. Stockholm, and then go over to Finland.
Yes.
If you drop right down from Helsinki,
uh-huh.
You're in Lithuania. Follow the coast, and you're in Latvia. And follow the coast down, and you're in Estonia. And Russia's right there. So the thing with ASCAP was fascinating. It was coordinated by ASCAP, the American Embassy, and the Latvian Ministry of Culture.
Uh-huh.
So we were actually guests of the state. And I was driven around in an armored vehicle.
In an armored vehicle? Is that necessary?
Well, because Americans are so well loved throughout the world right now.
Wow, so they had to drive you, who was coming over for a musical theater program, in an armored car because we are reviled by the Latvians.
Not by the Latvians. The Latvians liked us, but there's a lot of other people in these, different
Were there a
countries.
lot of Latvians in the program?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of lots.
If you were to do an American pretend accent of what it sounds like. Is it Russian? Is it?
It's very Russian-y. It's
Russian-y.
very Russian-y. I was actually very surprised when I got to Finland, to Helsinki, how Russian it sounded.
Is it because I find like if I'm in a foreign country and I don't speak the language, if I speak American with what I perceive as the accent for that country, like when we were in Spain, for instance, in Barcelona, we would just say, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the restaurants are?" And we were in Italy, we were like, "We'd like to go to the restaurant," and it always makes them feel like because they always love Americans because we try so hard to learn other languages.
Yeah. It's
So what would a Latvian accent sound like?
I could not even begin.
You couldn't?
No, I'm not.
But Matt speaks Hollandese.
Dutch.
Speak some Dutch for us.
No, I just don't know what to say.
Say, Sam, I hope that you have a wonderful show.
Sam, ik wil dat the show is magnifique.
I understood that.
Very, very similar to
It's a hard
German,
language.
English. It is. There's just a lot more ch's.
It's a lot more
Ch.
which is kind of Jewish.
It is. It's growing up and speaking Yiddish.
Yes.
Dutch was very easy for me
you to get
be
the
able to
sounds
pronounce.
on.
Yeah, one of the evidently back in World War II, one of the tests on whether somebody was a German spy or not was there's a near Den Haag, which is the Hague.
Den what?
Den Haag,
Haag. Did you hear that?
which is the Hague.
Which is the Hague, but it's the Haag.
There is a beach called Scheveningen.
Say it again.
Scheveningen.
Okay.
And they would make German.
Say it again.
Scheveningen. Scheveningen.
Scheveningen.
Scheveningen. Scheveningen. Scheveningen. Scheveningen. Scheveningen. Scheveningen. Scheving.
Oh, Scheveningen. Oh, why didn't you spell it?
Anyway,
They would test them.
and if they couldn't say it, they knew that they weren't Dutch.
So if I had been in that situation, I would have clearly been a Nazi spy.
Absolutely.
Because I couldn't say
Yes, or at
Scheveningen.
least a Scheveningen. But Van Gogh and Van Gogh is really
Van
the same.
Gogh.
Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Gogh.
Gogh. There's no G sound.
No, G. G is G.
Van Gogh.
Ik ga means I go, and it's spelled I-K-G-A.
There's way too much information.
too
I just
much.
wanted
I
a
know.
little word now. It's going completely over the head. It was like with the touring with the
you
Latvian.
asked.
It sounded fascinating for a second. And then until we got to the Armored Park Guard, I was like, okay, the Latvian thing.
Scheveningen.
And is there anything else you'd like to
No, you forced me to talk much more than I
But
normally
see how
would.
comfortable you are? Isn't it fascinating how it's uncomfortable at first, and then if you start talking about something fascinating like armored cars or then it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's an accent. I don't even know where that comes from. Thank you, Matt.
Of course.
How do you say goodbye in Dutch?
Doe or dag.
Dag.
Doe or dag.
Dag.
Dag means
Say
day.
goodbye to Matt, everybody. Dag.
Dag.
Isn't that sweet?